Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Civ 3 World War II. Alright, it's been a little while. I was sick for a time there, and I've just been busy overall. So it's kind of kept me from being able to record, but I'm finally back now. This is the wrong city to bomb with, isn't it? No, I moved planes up into Boise, we're good. Excellent. So we hammer Seattle. Hopefully we can take both it and Vancouver this turn. I don't think we can take Great Falls. Yeah, no, that's going to be another turn out. Fortunately, though, our path takes us right along their radar tower, so we can take that. Alright, let's hit Vancouver. Do I have fighters in either one of these? Yes. Good. Give me spotting. Oh! Yeah, that thing still has some hit points. Beat the snot out of it. You must have a ship or planes in there? That's weird. I didn't think that was possible. Oh, wait, no, they just built it, didn't they? Didn't we kind of learn that, or something weird? I can't remember. What the? Come on. We're not doing great so far. Just hit the city again. I don't ask for much. Okay, whatever's in there is causing trouble. I think it's a lion. I think one of their lions or convoys are inside. There we go. Whatever was there, it's gone now. Yeah, it's not going to matter that much. I'll just have you wait. Yeah, you wait too. Boy, we really need to stop getting shot down. This is one of the last actual troublesome cities because it's in the hills. Once we take it, though, we'll control the entire midsection of the U.S. It'll just be the north that's left. And not a whole lot of that. Wow, we have no other targets. Move in. We have even less targets. Once again. Okay, these guys can at least hit stuff. We'll start off with Chicago. So if I remember right, this city's got some serious defenses. Like quite a few actual guards. Okay, is that all of them? Looks like that's all of them. That's probably good enough. Want to make sure these things are at least injured. Might as well. Yeah, that should make him easy to bring down. And we'll just hammer Detroit. Detroit does not have much. You know what? Let's go to the conquest portion now for at least a few of these. That's a 3E. Definitely want to use the 3Gs on Wolverines. Man, they got a bunch of artillery in here. Okay, I think the Panzer Grenadier can handle the rest. I don't know exactly how much fighting we'll have to actually do. And I need to see where the borders fall to make my next decision. So I want to keep as many tanks open to movement as possible. Gotcha. Alright. Yep, we can't take Milwaukee until next turn. So that works. That's going to be probably a little better for our soldiers anyway. Let's start moving our 87Bs into Chicago. Okay, that should be good for now. Is there an 87B? It was here? It was here. We'll pull you in as well. Yeah, let's put battles back on as well. We'll try to get this guy. Use the Panther first. Excellent. Which ones were they? Folkwolves. Okay. So that's those cities taken. Now let's just refocus on Detroit. I'd like to take that this turn as well. We're getting shot down a lot this turn. Stop missing. I swear, actually hit the targets. It's not that hard. Yeah, we might need to see that too. Ah, they got a Jackson in there. It's not great news. Here, let's do this now. Whoa, that was much closer than I would have liked. If I can get everyone in here down to 2 hit points, I'll be good to... Yeah, that's good enough until I know better where we stand. Our goal, of course, is rapid expansion, as rapid as it can be. So if I can beat down Buffalo and Ottawa here, to the point where I'm comfortable attacking them, then I'll swap back. Okay, that's good enough for now. Oh, I didn't... Thought I already dealt with that. There we go. Is that a militia? Yes. Here, you got this. Just kill that sucker. Alright, now we hit Ottawa with everything we got. I think their Matildas are worse at defense. These are 22, these are 19, yeah. Worse at defense, but more hit points. The high hit point British units that I have had to deal with everywhere, they get very frustrating. Do I have 87Bs around here? I can't remember. I do have a few. Okay, so we can use those probably to dispatch the British infantry. And hey, and then Montreal will be much easier to take the following turn too. Assuming we can get Ottawa this turn. Okay, we destroyed whatever plane they had in there. Looks like they only have 2 Matildas. Yeah, 2 Matildas. That's an actual infantry, because he's what shot us down. Two Matildas and 2 infantry. Then probably some militia and artillery, if I had to guess. Is this thing on a hill? No. Thank goodness, it's just near the hills. I forgot we already hammered Quebec with bombers, too. How are we hitting their militia for 1 hit point apiece? Come on. Just get the guy. He's not that difficult. I did take the coast, right? Yeah, I did that this turn. That's right. A garrison. How quaint. Okay. Now we can help with Detroit. Although it looks like we honestly got them pretty good so far. Nothing closer. I was foolish and I already used them all, huh? Right, those ones just moved in. Okay, we'll just tank it. Okay, we just killed whatever was in there. Okay. Just 1 Matilda? Oh, awesome. And a Valentine. Alright, well, 1 Matilda, that's pretty good news. The British infantry can still hold the line, but not nearly as well. If we can get this thing damaged enough, we might be able to take it this turn as well. Let's just make sure that he's also injured. It is on a hill, so it might be tricky to actually destroy the thing. Of course, they have militia too, because why wouldn't you? Boy, if they actually did plant a forest on that spot, that'd do wonders for their defense. I certainly would not be able to take them this turn. But I think I might be able to if our attacks on Detroit go well. Because I got quite a few units here, right? Yeah, that's a decent number of them. Oh, right. They're coming through for us. I forgot about that. That all of our 88s? Nope. many fighters are in here? My word. Okay, I think we finally got the stubborn city right where we want it. Cool. Let's go ahead and move on, so that then I can move my other planes too. Yeah, we'll use the Panther. Okay. That's it for New York. Really, that's just it for America in this region. Use this thing. Detroit is definitely more fortified than Toronto is. Although, no, Toronto's not the capital. That's right, it's Prince Albert, I think, up above, isn't it? Ouch. Okay, well, I think we can take that. Alright, let's see if we can take this. That Matilda's the biggest roadblock. Awesome. Even British attack tanks have pretty good defense overall. But at this stage of the game, you need something better than Valentine's to contend. I mean, Valentines were definitely a boon by the time I got them, when I was Britain, but it wasn't until I started getting Crusaders on the field, and Cromwells, that things really started turning around. The Germans just have such a massive head start with their very powerful panzers. Basically, no one can match it early game. It's different when you play other nations. There are a bunch of guys in here, my word. Okay, I think that'll be good. Let's use the... No, let's just use a Panzer Grenadier for it. Oh, right. I forgot how badly injured our forward army was here. Yeah, we're just gonna use this guy. I got no reason to risk that. Whoa. A resounding success. Excellent, so that puts us right on top of Montreal. These guys can pile into there, and I'll take what's left of this attack force, and probably these ones, and I'll try to send them north to Cochrane. We'll probably just try to hold the line here. I can't remember. That's right. I remember that now. These guys are coming in to land and help. Alright, so we can't hit Milwaukee this turn. We can hit Minneapolis, though. Although it has not been bombed much at all. Could my guys in Boise get there? Yes, they can. Oh, Vancouver also still needs to be worked over a bit. Okay. Well, let's finish that. I want to make sure we can continue closing on Great Falls. Ow. So let's just make sure... In for a penny, in for a pound. Just blow the thing up. Dang it, there's still interceptors out there. Just clear them out. I did not expect us to do 3 damage to this guy on a mountain on one attack. That caught me off guard. That's going to be one more target in Great Falls. Capital's in Bismarck now. That works. I think that's going to be the final one we take from them. Ooh, good hit. It's possible our forces could attack Duluth this turn as well, but I don't think I have any way of actually bombing the city first, so we probably won't. There we go. I'd like to injure this guy just a little bit. Just pin him down. That too. Not that the cavalry is really a threat. I just don't like them having freedom. Okay, now we hit Great Falls with everything we got. Because I know you guys still have a plane that needs to be destroyed. They got a pair of tank destroyer divisions inside. Could start bombing Bismarck. I don't think we really have any advantage to that, though. Let's go battles back on. We'll make our moves. What do we got here? Let's just use the vets. Why not? Without any Wolverines to guard them, Seattle, not that difficult to take. Vancouver, that was in the hills, yeah. So we'll use stronger units for it. Big win. He's got 2 movement and is full health. Excellent. Well, we're going to begin the long march to Calgary then. And I think... no, we still have Minneapolis. Let's finish this thing off. Hopefully. This is a reasonably big city, and I don't have 1 million people. We're attacking from sort of a disadvantageous position. But we'll do our best here. That's what I like to see. Not the injury beforehand, but the victory. Big win. Yeah, we can't attack Duluth right away, though, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Okay, that's good to know. Let's turn battles back off, because we got more bombing to do. So our forces are finally on top of Edmonton. We're just going to hammer it down, so we can make sure we take it. I think Calgary's also... no, Calgary's in grassland, so this is possibly the last hill city... well, Great Falls, too. It's the last real hill city that we're going to have to take. This still has no infantry, so we should be able to wipe that stack out. We got the big stack last turn. Alright, let's hit these guys as hard as we can. They have some pretty decent defenses here. Oh, would you look at that? You were trying to field a resistance. Wow, how many do they have in here? All right. What do we got here again for 87 Bs? Okay, we should definitely make sure these guys are at least a little more injured. I don't think I'll want to use them all here. We'll move some down. I think they can still cover us from below, though. Worst case scenario, we still have enough, I believe, to keep the guys busy. And it looks like their army is continuing to go around. So we won't need that much time. 2 to 3 more turns, if even that. And America will be ours completely. I still have to field some soldiers to go into Bismarck. But I think that's the last thing that's going to take us more than one turn to grab. We're going to take Duluth, Great Falls, and which one is it? It's the one that's on the water there by the Great Lakes, but I can't remember. I don't think it's Minneapolis, because I thought we just took that. If I can get all these guys down to just 2 hit points or more, or less, I think the 87 Bs can handle the rest. They could certainly handle the Lee Grants. Alright, the rest of these guys are moving down. Cool. Actually, you need to stay there. Still gotta do the boring part of flying all of my guys over. Why am I still doing this? It doesn't matter. Okay, these guys might matter a little bit. These things are never going to get into action anyway. If I had a cancel all unit production button, I would click it immediately. Because it doesn't matter anymore. I'd like to just be able to fortify everything and be done with it, but I know that's not how that works. Right, this. I think they'll all fall back to Quebec. Unfortunately. Oh, right, they still have a lion somewhere, don't they? They do. I just don't know where. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not there, and it isn't there. I think I concluded that last turn that it was out at sea. And I just have no way of locating it. How do we not have a road on that? I really do wish I could just accelerate this game. I want to do some other stuff. Not to throw a damper on anything. But I'd like to move on to some other games. This one has been going on for a very long time, which, you know, that's what I get for starting a World War II game and deciding I'm going to take it all the way. I absolutely understand why the original mod maker decided to make it take, or to give the game a domination ending. It's not quite as satisfying as actually conquering everything, but conquering everything takes forever. And he just wanted it to be faster than that so that people didn't get bored and annoyed. I get that. And I appreciate it. But on the other hand, I would otherwise never see actual conflict in North America. That'll never happen without a full-on you have to conquer everything mode. It's odd to me that some Finns have found their way all the way out here. Under my yoke. Alright, these guys. I think we're good to move in. Let's be honest, this war is basically over. I clicked the one that I couldn't move anymore. Might as well kill this guy. Yeah, that's going to be our most direct route. We'll cut right through there, and then we can hit Prince Albert directly. These forces will hit Calgary a turn after. And then Regina should fall shortly thereafter. I'm hoping by that point we'll have already captured this whole area. Thunder Bay might give us a little trouble. Winnipeg's kind of open. But we can approach it very fast. It'll still take us an extra turn to hit it. York Factory will likely be the last city we take, given its distance. I can't remember if I was sending these guys down here or taking them up to hit Wolf Bay, because if they're coming up here, they'll be the ones to take Shefferville, but, you know, depending on conditions, that also might take the rest of the game. It'll be one of those two. Yeah, you can stay here. Thank goodness that road destruction did not just leave us out of options. Kill this guy. Yeah, fastest route is absolutely up through here. Oh, do I have infantry in that crowd? Dang it. I didn't realize. That's fine. Wait, we can actually use these things, can't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We absolutely can. Heck yeah. The whole bunch of infantry. We'll take them too. Our armies are making some serious progress here. Oh yeah, he's not needing anymore. If I remember right, there was an American soldier who was near them. I just wanted to be sure I didn't lose him. You know, what metric do I have for my success as a conqueror? If not the workers. Even at the end of the game, we can't afford to lose them. You know, for as big a topic, or not big, as popular a topic as slavery is, people to talk about, it's a surprise how little it's talked about everywhere except as it pertains to, like, Europe and North America. I guess I shouldn't say it's a surprise. Schools have their agendas. They don't want to push something that would be contrary to that agenda, but even so, even when the, official narratives say one thing, independent peoples and teachers generally say the other, right? If you're trying to hide something from people's, like, view, they will generally find out what it is and then bring it into the light. And yet, it's a surprise to me that despite that, how little people talk about the just truly savage ways that the ancient world did their slavery. It's like you'll hear ancient peoples whine about, like, ancient Israel enslaving their neighbors and stuff and saying that the law allows it. Which it didn't, to be clear. If you look at the law of Moses, it never did have any provisions for actual slavery. I know people say, well, it used the word. Of course it did. That was the word that they used. But that's not what it meant at the time. For people who actually, like, abducted people and took away your independence and your free will, they were called man-stealers under the law of Moses and were supposed to be put to death. So, there was that. But they did, actually, despite what the law said, they still enslaved people, oftentimes their own people, but also their neighbors, which they weren't supposed to do. But people will, they'll focus on that sort of thing in the ancient world. And then they'll completely ignore, what Assyria did in Babylon to their slaves, which were terrible, terrible nations to be taken as slaves. Or they'll completely ignore, older... Hold on just a moment. Older slave groups that would also treat their people terribly, like in Africa or in Asia. And it's sort of frustrating. Because you can tell it's not in good faith. These people who whine about slavery all the time, they don't actually care about slavery itself. They just care about using it as a tool to demonize one group of people. But by basically every metric, the North American and European slave trade, which is still slavery, still wrong, still deserved to be stopped, and it was stopped by the people who were doing it, I might add, was by every metric so much better than all the others, and yet no one ever brings it up. Specifically, I think the worst of the lot was the African slave treatments. I cannot remember what the nation was. It's in modern day, or near modern day Algeria. I think it was closer to or more in the Sahara than northern Algeria. But they were the people who had the Amazons, the group of female fighters, the Amazons. It was a famous group. No one, the people who fawn over that historic group, which sounds like they were an interesting fighting force. They do not talk about what that fighting force actually did most of the time, which was savagely butcher people and then take lots of slaves. No one ever brings that part up. But from the writings that we've got of the records of those peoples, I have never heard of people doing things so senselessly violent and brutal in my life. People have always been violent and brutal, right? That's humanity. Humanity is those things. But it's the senselessness of it. The fact that they go out of their way to inflict pain and suffering and murder on people is, it's absolutely horrifying to read those accounts. You know, we might be able to hit Calgary from the north. And yet, no one ever brings it up. That's not a national shame. That's not like a cultural thing you should be ashamed of. But people try to say that, well, really, they say white people. They often try to say it's white Christians, but they mostly center it on white people. They say are responsible for, like, all the slavery, and they did it worse than anyone. Even though that's just demonstrably untrue. It's very, very frustrating. Especially because, again, though as bad as those things were in Africa, they were eventually stopped by Europeans. It was the French who cut off the Algerian slave trade, which was also horrifying, and who then rolled in and wiped out that other group that was enslaving people, and between them and the British, pretty much all of African slave trade was cut off completely. That was the two of them. I think the Portuguese helped cut off the Asian slave trade because there's a big, basically, train that would go all the way from West Africa through the Middle East. Oftentimes it would go down to the, I can't remember what you call this sea here. Is this the Osman? Or is it the Osman Bay up here? And is this the Aegean? I cannot remember. But this sea here, and they'd like sail out from here and go into the Indian Ocean, and then they'd trade with the Indian peoples, and then they'd sail around India to Malaysia and the old, what do you call it? The Khmer Empire and the Vietnamese, and they'd trade with all those people. And some of those empires, they were pretty big and strong, and they had far-reaching influence. And it was all built on the backs of slavery, and yet those groups are never attacked for those things, even though it was European powers who cut off all of the slavery that everyone else was using, and then got rid of their own. And people can complain about America all they want. They can complain about the South and the people who still try to cling to slavery. And sure, if you're going to take slavery seriously and actually be honest and straightforward about it, there's nothing wrong with that. Right? It is a terrible practice. It does deserve to be shut down wherever it occurs. I absolutely agree with that. However, it is America that fought a war to end it, and then did end it over the course of that war, that lost, you know, more of its lives in that than any other war to date. That's a big deal. That should be worth something. And the fact that it isn't worth something to those people tells you that they don't actually care about slavery. It's all such a mess. But it's just the insincerity that bothers me about it. I didn't think we were going to be able to bomb Bismarck pretty much at all. Looks like the opportunity has presented itself, though. Whatever was defending them in the air is already gone. We may be able to get them next turn. It's only 4 guys. Probably not. We can at least start working them over, though. Maybe take out their radar tower. Is that Milwaukee? I think that's Milwaukee. That was the city I was trying to remember. We killed all, or injured all their units to the point where they can't do anything else. Let's see. U.S. Bismarck. No. Yeah, they got 6 guards in there. And they'll probably draft another before, like if we attack it next turn, between this turn and then, they might draft 2 more guys. So I'll probably send one of them to kill the radar tower defender, and the rest can hit the city once. And then the following turn, if these guys can get into a better position, then we can take it. At the very least, we're going to knock its population down quite a bit. And Duluth shouldn't put up much of a fight at all. Neither should Milwaukee. Okay, I think we've done enough damage there. Pretty sure Calgary is down to practically nothing. We have 88s in here. Let's move some in. Oh! I totally forgot about this stack. Alright, well, Milwaukee seems like a more pressing target, so let's hit them. Trying to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's send out the Panther. It's only slightly injured. Thing's tough as nails, and I'm pretty sure it's got just enough movement to pull this off. It looks like that's their last Jackson, too. Thing's just been hiding in reserve. Is this on a hill? Nope, just surrounded by hills. I like that the Canadians build their cities like that. It makes them much more convenient for us to take. So I wonder what the Japanese are going to do now. We've got control of the entire coast, right? Pretty solidly. I don't even know if their planes can reach Calgary. They might try to bring them in. Not sure what they're going to do. Wonder what messages those guys up in the north would be receiving from America at this point. This is really bad for them. Okay. All these guys are full health. Cool. Kill him. And then pile on. Yeah, you're good. Just park. Why is there a worker here? I don't know what this guy's here to do. Okay. I don't think anything bad will happen if these guys move through our land. They'll be able to link up with their own guys, get some transports full, but I don't think it matters anymore as long as I keep their transports from ever dropping. Yeah, as long as I can take enough stuff, it'll be fine. I don't think I have to worry about Japan anymore. Let's go ahead. Turn battles on. And I think we're good to hop over to next turn. Hey, they're coming back. Doesn't matter. It's too late. You guys did not press your overwhelming advantage in the north for long enough. They have no way of actually recouping their losses. If I could take Bismarck this turn, I would do it before ending the episode, but since I know I can't, I won't bother. We'll have to deal with watching these guys move one final time after this. I'll at least be able to reduce their numbers somewhat. But I'm just thankful I'll never have to contend with a massive stack of infantry and the inevitable anti-aircraft that is in that stack. There it is. You're dead meat. Oh, I meant to kill that guy. Yeah, whatever. I'm sure we'll get him. Oh. I didn't reinforce that city, did I? Uh-oh. If they take it back, that puts me in an awkward position. I didn't notice the vulnerable position, what do you call it? Spot right there north. Why would that guy... Oh, I guess because he was in my land. I was wondering why he wouldn't just run home. It's because he can't reach home. Yeah, it looks like they're going home. Japan's done here. It makes sense. They have no more targets to hit. They helped out quite a bit, though. I'll give them credit there. They made my life a lot more convenient than it would have otherwise been. That is a lot of infantry. I just don't know where they're still trying to go. You can never take another city. It's not possible anymore. Everyone's celebrating because of how... Well, we probably, just got a new luxury or something, huh? So anywhere that wasn't happy has now been forced into happiness. Yeah, right. Doesn't matter. Wow, their celebration ended. Wonder what's going on there. Maybe they're not able to celebrate if they're starving. That could be a prerequisite. I didn't think it was. Okay, before I forget, I should make sure that these guys wake up too. I'd like to drop them off. They might be helpful. Okay, so I got a decent number of guys there. Given all my 88s are down here now. Yeah, I mean, we might be able to just take Calgary much faster than having to wait for these dudes. Those guys will take Great Falls. We'll have Bismarck before too long. Yeah, 2 more turns, we might have both Calgary and Bismarck. And then we'll be able to just... And I guess Prince Albert. And we will be able to speed through the rest of these things, I think. York Factory, again, is going to take a while. Even if they have put a road out to it, it's going to take like 4 turns to get up there. But at that point, I think I just turn off all animations and we just bull rush the thing, because it's not going to be able to survive. We'll have the lower, more productive and important strip pretty soon. It'll take another turn just to get into position for Cochrane. But once we take Duluth, I think I've got enough soldiers. Maybe not, actually. These armies aren't very big. Most of my guys are right here. But if we can take... I might send some guys up to... Probably to Thunder Bay first, since Winnipeg is closer to the other side. We'll see. We might go for both at the same time. Honestly, if I take Bismarck, I can jump right to Winnipeg. Like, it takes an extra turn, but I can get there fast. Whereas Thunder Bay... Oh, we can do the same to them, actually. And Montreal's absolutely going to fall. They just don't have the durability. Okay, there were a few guys in there. They weren't going to take it. Yeah, we're gonna hammer these dudes. And there's that last lion. You know what? It's got a 70 defense, 120 attack. What do I got to lose? Let's do it. The power of a Hindenburg. Heck yeah. It was cathartic. They never had a chance, though. I'm curious also, can these guys actually reach this? They can. So that carrier works great. Alright. Well, yeah, I guess I'm going to end that one here. I'll be sure to kick these guys out this turn. I don't remember why I didn't last time. But it doesn't matter so much. I might wake people up to get this pollution, and I might not. Things at home no longer matter. The war is over. If I'm being honest here, it's just a matter of cleaning up. Alright, well that's going to be it for this one. If you haven't yet, please check the link in the description for my book. If you like the look of it, give it a read, and if you like the read, give it a positive review. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.